Hi, I'm Jackie Jones Hunt. Welcome to Jackie's Proof Animals Have Souls and Psychic show, produced through Passionate World Talk Radio, a subsidiary of Global Media Network. I'm pleased to be a new host presenting my new show. I'm a psychical researcher, author, spiritual historian, lecturer, and decades-long vegetarian for compassionate reasons. I'm passionate about compassion and respect for all animals, including the human animal, and my long-standing research into shamanic, out-of-body, near-death experiences, and mediumship. For me, mediumship and near-death experiences in particular prove survival after physical death for all beings and provides information about the after-death realms. My website is JackieJonesHunt.com. That's all small case and all one word, Jackie being spelt like the boy's name Jack, adding IE to the end, JackieJonesHunt.com. And my email is, for getting in touch, is JackieJonesHunt@gmail.com. I will repeat my email and website at the end of Jackie's Proof Animals Have Souls and Psychic show. I very much look forward to making regular weekly contact with listeners. I wholeheartedly invite listeners to send me their emails or voice recordings on Facebook Messenger, expressing their views, comments and questions. I'm looking forward to adding listeners' lively views and their mediumistic accounts of animals and people to my following shows. Being a new host, I should introduce myself and my 3 books to date, 2 of which are part of my Proof Animals Have Souls series. And my 3 books are available on Amazon and other online bookstores as paperbacks and ebooks. The 2 that are part of my Proof Animals Have Souls series, which can all be read independently, are Proof Animals Have Souls and 500 Plus Celebrities Go Vegetarian. My 3rd book is Moses and Jesus the Shamans. All 3 book covers and academic and peer reviews can be viewed on my website. Click on my 3 book images and each book will take you to the 3 Amazon book links. I'm always grateful for your reviews on Amazon and the other online bookstores. My goal of my Proof Animals Have Souls series and Jackie's Proof Animals Have Souls and Psychic show on Passionate World Talk Radio is to prove all organisms survive physical death. What a grey, barren wasteland the non-physical, heavenly landscapes would be if all other beings weren't there with us. I'm passionate about raising awareness of the importance of treating all beings, all life forms, all have souls, with respect and compassion, thereby also improving the way we treat each other. In my books, I explain that if you look at the after-death auric energy colours of a non-human animal and a human animal, you will see clearly, as I have, that all life forms have a yellow central nucleus of energy. It's a scientific fact that energy is eternal and can't be destroyed, but it can transmute in form at the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. I believe energy transmutes in form at physical death for all life forms. This is when our souls can be seen as concentric circles of colour, rings within rings of rainbow colours, forming a circle. I've seen these as spirit visitors, not showing their recognisable etheric ghost-like body, but their immortal energy body. Some call these circles of light orbs. Typically, the immortal auric rainbow of energy colours within these orbs aren't seen or photographed. There are countless photos of orbs, only as circles of light taken by our limited cameras. Returning to the central yellow nucleus of energy in the centre of all these floating circles of auric colour, I call these immortal rainbow energy orbs consciousness, soul, or spirit. If we call it the God spark, It indicates all life forms share a God spark and are therefore interconnected, which I believe we are. These circles of auric energy colours reflect each individual's innermost true soul, revealing their actual emotional, mental, spiritual and physical state. For example, mental auric colours are created by a soul's predominant kindly or unkindly thought patterns. Every living being's soul can be truly seen without false facades, guises and personas. Dull, dense, unpleasant colours can be contrasted with a different animal or human soul's bright, shining, refined colours. I'm vegetarian, as I want no part in another innocent animal soul's life of hellish suffering and murder by merciless killing machines, or some psychopaths killing them in front of each other. Animal loved ones, glimpsing their families' last terrified goodbye glances with traumatized eyes, agonized faces, as their hearts and bodies are savaged into blood and guts. Through mediumship, I have received many telepathically communicated poems from devastated, heartbroken animal souls. My tears pour as I feel and express in writing their sorrow. These childlike, trusting, naive, loving souls so innocently can't comprehend why hell on earth atrocities were inflicted on them and why they endured such lives of suffering all at the hands of humans. So you can be confident I am a psychical researcher. I will summarise my background as a psychical researcher and historian of spirituality. I wrote 200,000-word dissertations for an MPhil and PhD on 3 classes of spiritually transformative psychic phenomena: shamanic out-of-body, near-death experiences, and evidential mediumship. The second showed the workings of and science explaining the authenticity of different types of mediumship and the global mediumistic roots of spirituality, incorporating my research gathered over decades. My postgraduate research supervisor was Reverend Dr. Elizabeth Fensky, a world expert who held many titles, including former president and director of the Spiritual Frontiers Fellowship International and former president of IANS, the Institute of Near-Death Studies, and former editor of Vital Signs, the IANS Journal. My external examiners were Professor Carl E. Lindgren and Dr. Crawford Knox of Oxford University. Professor Lindgren, as an author and polymath, worked for the government and held many titles, including the former tutor-assessor of the London College of Teachers. A canon at the Church's Fellowship for Psychical and Spiritual Studies introduced me to Reverend Dr. Fensky and the unique, innovative private university department of Consciousness Studies and Sacred Traditions, licensed to grant degrees and postgraduate degrees by Wyoming Department of Education. The world experts here included Diane Corcoran, PhD, at least 3 times president of IANS, the International Association for Near-Death Studies, and she and other friends gained their PhDs there and taught there. It is now closed, sadly. I had searched for a year to find a university and supervisor. In those days, it was impossible to research mediumship and spirituality together. And I didn't want to study parapsychology, which for me I understood as attempting to explain all spiritual paranormal phenomena away in materialist terms, such as hallucinations or caused by chemical physical imbalances and mechanisms. My earlier degree was obtained at Lancaster University, UK, namely Arabic and Islamic Studies and Religious Studies, and my professors were all well known for their talks and books. At Strathclyde University, Scotland, I obtained my postgraduate qualifications in psychology, education, counselling and economics, and I moved to Scotland from Amman, Jordan, where I taught English and travelled through the Middle East. To introduce you to my work in psychical research, I always enjoy teaching psychical research leisure classes at UK colleges and universities, including Warwick and Strathclyde universities and the University of the West of Scotland. After my presentations, my classes were filled with lively discussions and people's paranormal accounts of seeing ghost-like etheric spirit bodies of animals and spirit people, including seeing orbs as circles of light. Professor Archie Roy, the former president of the Society for Psychical Research and founding president of the Scottish Society of Psychical Research, became a decades-long friend and invited me onto the SSPR Council. I was a member of so many psychical research societies and was one of the first members of the SSPR. Professor Archie Roy wrote the foreword to my book, Moses and Jesus the Shamans. Sadly, with Archie's passing, the SSPR was greatly diminished. I'm not sure if it's now closed. In recent years, I became the book review editor for the Academy of Spiritual and Consciousness Studies for their two journals, the Journal for Spiritual and Consciousness Studies and the Searchlight. Through my decades-long research into evidential mediumship and its spiritual implications, I became a long-term friend of the renowned evidential, clairvoyant, clairaudient, trance and physical phenomena medium Gordon Higginson. Gordon was the long-term president of the Spiritualist National Union, based at the Arthur Findlay College in England. Gordon became a dear friend and spiritual father. Sadly, I was given a red rose from his coffin lid, which I still have today. The author, Arthur Findlay, donated his mansion to become a college for the investigation into and development of mediumship and spiritual philosophy, and it's known as the Arthur Findlay College, Stansted, Essex, England, by Stansted Airport, UK. Gordon was an amazingly accurate evidential medium, giving the names of spirit communicators, describing their personalities and jobs, their street names and house numbers and cause of death. Once Gordon had made it 100% clear that a third-party spirit communicator was speaking to him, Gordon then gave out the spirit's messages, astounding the audience. Over decades, I witnessed Gordon's phenomenal trance and physical phenomena. During one of Gordon's physical phenomena demonstrations at the Arthur Findlay College, UK, Gordon dressed in a white dressing gown only, and in preparation he ate little for 2 days. A young male spirit from a tragic ferry disaster materialized. Speaking to his mother in the audience, he told her to stop grieving and harming her health, and that he is with his fiancée who passed to spirit with him. There wasn't a dry eye in the audience in this spiritually uplifting experience. We were told we had been chosen especially to watch this physical phenomenon demonstration for the work we would each do later in life. Cameras and recorders were prohibited, as previously a recorder had clicked off in the intense silence, and the ectoplasm forming the spirit communicator's etheric body immediately dropped to the carpet and swept back into Gordon's navel, burning him. He told the local hospital his hot water bottle had burst. Gordon always had a great sense of humour. So many mediums see, hear and telepathically receive contact from spirit people and spirit animals. Gordon frequently saw and heard from spirit animals. I remember one time he told a man in the audience that he was surrounded by spirit rabbits. The man said, "I used to shoot rabbits," and Gordon said, "They are the rabbits you shot. I wouldn't like to be him." Through my Proof Animals Have Souls series, writings, talks, interviews, and my new radio show, Jackie's Proof Animals Have Souls and Psychic Show, produced by Passionate World Talk Radio, I seek to prove all organisms survive physical death. I wish to raise awareness of animal sentience, personalities, intelligence and souls, and the continuity of life after death for all life forms, seeking to end daily animal slaughter and the hell on earth that animals experience at the hands of so-called humanity. I seek to raise awareness that daily millions of animals are murdered in front of each other. I've had a lifetime of personal and observational proof that all life forms survive physical death. I passionately believe when we're given knowledge, it's our duty to share this knowledge with others. Apart from observing Gordon Higginson's aura readings and demonstrations of mediumship and materializations over many years, I have also observed countless mediums over decades and listened to a great deal of direct voice trance spiritual philosophy. I've had many personal mediumistic experiences of animals and other spirits. I've had predictive dreams since a child and can give predictions when I read the tarot cards and offer angel dice readings. All of this can be discussed in my next shows. I very much look forward to making regular weekly contact with listeners. I wholeheartedly invite listeners to send me their emails or voice recordings on Facebook Messenger, expressing your views and questions to discuss in the following week's shows. I invite all opinions, but always ask everyone to respect each other's opinions, agreeing to disagree. That's what makes thought-provoking sessions, often with a life-changing impact and spiritually transformative influence on people's lives. To get in touch, remember, my email is jackiejoneshunt@gmail.com. Jackie, spelt Jack, I-E, Jones, Hunt, @gmail.com. And my website is jackiejoneshunt.com. Thank you very much for listening and look forward to speaking to you next time.